of having no sleep. It becomes a tsunami. I was in a void. I didn't want to let down the audience, the theater, the playwright, or the actors. Cattrall withdrew from playing the lead in the onstage drama, which follows a 55-year-old businesswoman who seeks revenge after news of her affair goes public late last year after her doctors recommended she take time off to focus on her health. She said, letting go of all that was the hardest part, but I realized the work that I really needed to do was more important than the play. It was work or my sanity. As for treatment, The Guardian reported Cattrall has tried cognitive behavior therapy. She says, I was gentle with myself. Uzo Aduba, Claire Danes, Jesse Tyler Ferguson, and Jake Gyllenhaal are to be presenters at Sunday's Tony Awards ceremony, CBS confirmed. Also scheduled to take part in the gala are Neil Patrick Harris, Sean Hayes, James Earl Jones, Daniel Day Kim, Diane Lane, Angela Lansbury, Lucy Liu, Marlene Matlin, Andrew Reynolds, and Blair Underwood. Previously announced presenters include Kate Blanchett, Carole King, Nathan Lane, Audra McDonald, Patina Miller, Saoirse Ronan, Oprah Winfrey, Steve Martin, Edie Brickell, and Barbara Streisand. Talk show host and Tony Award winner James Corden is to MC the telecast from the Beacon Theater in New York City. The Tonys honors excellence on Broadway. In a related story, the Late Late Show host James Corden, scheduled to host the 70th Tony Awards June 12, says that despite his experience on stage, he is terrified that everything could go wrong with the awards show. Speaking on CBS This Morning Monday, Corden, famous for his carpool karaoke gigs on his show, told CBS host, I'm terrified of the whole thing. I'm terrified of falling over. I'm terrified of forgetting my words. Still, he said he could not be more excited. He says, I've had the best time of my life working in those 10 or 12 blocks, and to go back and be part of it, it means everything. Just this past weekend, Corden got into the spirits of the Tonys by doing a fresh take on his carpool karaoke with Broadway Carpool Karaoke when he sang with Hamilton's Lin-Manuel Miranda, Fully Committed's Jesse Tyler Ferguson, She Loves Me, Jane Krakowski, and Shuffle Along's Audra McDonald. The Broadway stars sang Rent's Season of Love and Can't Take My Eyes Off of You, followed by One More Day from Les Miserables. Corden made his own Broadway debut in 2006 in the ensemble for Alan Bennett's awards-laden The History Boys, a play about a bright sixth form graduating class and their maverick teacher at a British boys' grammar school. Corden returned to Broadway in 2012 in Richard Bean's hilarious Commedia dell'arte update, One Man, Two Governors, which he landed his own Tony for lead actor in a play, according to The Hollywood Reporter. He has also planned to star in a revival of the ancient Roman musical A Funny Thing Happened on the Way to the Forum, a role also played by Zero Mostel, Phil Silvers, and Nathan Lane, but that plans got sidelined when CBS invited him to host Craig Ferguson's The Late Late Show. Amber Heard, who has accused husband Johnny Depp of domestic violence, was herself arrested on that charge in 2009 in an incident involving then-girlfriend Tyza Van Reed. Law enforcement sources said Heard and Van Reed got into an argument at a Seattle-Tacoma International Airport, and that Heard reportedly grabbed and struck Van Reed in the arm, leading to the arrest, TMZ reported. Heard was booked and had her mugshot taken, but in court the next day, the prosecutor declined to move forward with the case because both women lived in California. The judge told Heard, though, that charges could be refiled within 2 years. They were not. Heard's friend, I.O. Tillett Wright, says she saw evidence of physical harm to Heard during her marriage to Depp, Us Weekly reported. She continued, I saw the bruises many times and the fat lip and the cut head. She took to Twitter to defend Heard's allegations. Wright went on by saying, how much evidence does a woman need to present? She has photos, texts, witnesses, and a filing restraining order. This culture of victim blaming makes me sick. I'm a witness. I'm here. I'm standing up. I can't take any more of this witch hunt. I was on the fucking phone when he hit her. I heard her scream. I will testify here and in court under oath. What else does a woman need? Heard named Wright in a court filing to support her application for a restraining order against Depp on May 28th, saying Wright was on the phone with her at the time of the alleged abuse. Heard said in court papers that Depp had demanded she called Wright to prove his paranoia and irrational accusations about some delusional idea he was having. She said Depp screamed profanities and insults at I.O. Divorce lawyer Laura Wasser, who's representing Depp, denies Heard's allegation, saying it is Heard's way of trying to secure a premature financial settlement. Prince will be honored June 26 during the 2016 BET Awards with live performances by Sheila E., The Roots, D'Angelo, Janelle Monae, and others, BET Networks announced. Prince, who received the BET Lifetime Achievement Award in 2010, died in April of a drug overdose. He was 57. Since his untimely death, a number of artists have paid tribute to Prince, including Beyonce and Bruce Springsteen. Rolling Stone reported Madonna was among them, closing the Billboard Awards with a tribute that reportedly polarized Prince fans. She performed Nothing Compares to You and Purple Rain alongside Questlove and Stevie Wonder. Questlove defended Madonna in a tweet, saying, "A lot of us are left feeling incomplete in the act of saying goodbye because of P's well-known love for the Poof Vanish act. A lot of us are left feeling incomplete in the act of saying goodbye." Questlove went on to say that fans mourning Prince were doing so in stages, and that anger was winning, Entertainment reported. BET announced that the award show will be hosted by Anthony Anderson and Tracy Ellis Ross. Other performers include Maxwell and Alicia Keys. The network said on its website, while fans and authorities have been struggling to make sense of why he died, the medical examiner officially concluded last week that it was from an overdose of self-administered Fanitol, a powerful painkiller he reportedly took to ease his hips and ankle pains. BET is focusing on celebrating his incredible life and unparalleled contributions to the music. And speaking of the Purple One, Tidal, the music streaming service owned by Jay-Z, has added 15 albums from Prince to its growing catalog. In honor of the late pop artist's 58th birthday, the online service opened access to triple LP Crystal Ball, the EP 1999, the New Masters, and live recordings as One Night Alone Live and One Night Alone, the After Show at Ain't Over. Other albums include the 2008's Indigo Nights and the Black Album, which was pulled a week before its release date in 1987, for reportedly being too dark, according to NME. Two of the albums released were not directly from Prince, but his production company for his band New Power Generation, including 1995's Exodus and 1998's New Power Soul. A collection of songs from Prince's recording label titled 1-800-NEW-FUNK, as well as the motion picture soundtrack to Girl 6, are also available to stream. Prince signed an exclusive deal with Tidal in 2015. The Purple Rain singer told Ebony magazine at the time, when there's a company like Tidal or the OWN network, situations when we finally get a position to run things, then we should all help. Reports from the Minnesota Medical Examiner this month showed that Prince died in April from an overdose of one of the strongest commercially available painkillers in the world, fentanyl. Luke Bryan is gearing up for his 2016 farm tour. The 39-year-old country star announced dates for the venture Tuesday on Twitter and revealed he will release an accompanying EP for the first time. The singer wrote, "Ready for #Farm Tour 2016 and my first farm tour EP." The tour will kick off October 5th in Gaston, South Carolina, and come to a close October 15th in Effingham, Illinois. Bryan's last release, Kill the Lights, in August, which debuted at number 1 on the Billboard 200 albums charts. The album includes the singles Hunting, Fishing, and Loving Every Day, which Bryan performed on Friday's episode of the Today Show. He said on stage, "When I step on stage, I'm energized by the energy of the crowd, and if I'm not out there having fun, then I'm not going to be in this business anymore. I'm trying to really relish the fact that this is my dream come true, and this is what I get to do for a living." He later added, "This whole thing didn't happen overnight for me. It started in small bars, and it started in these little pieces where there were 200 people there, and it grew and it grew and it grew. I always really relished the opportunity to grow my fan base." Bryan is presently on his Kill the Lights tour, which kicked off February 18th in Evansville, Illinois. The 8th annual farm tour will take place before Kill the Lights ends October 29th in Detroit, Michigan. And now let's take a look at what happened on this date in entertainment history. On this date in 1984, the now classic comedy Ghostbusters is released in theaters across the United States. Produced and directed by Ivan Reitman, Ghostbusters starred Bill Murray, Dan Aykroyd, and Harold Ramis as disgraced parapsychology professors in New York City who turn to paranormal investigations, hunting down and capturing ghosts to make money after Columbia University yanks their research grants. Suddenly overwhelmed by the demand for their service, they hire a fourth team member, Ernie Hudson, who predicts that the increased supernatural activity is building to a catastrophic Judgment Day-like scenario. His fears turn out to be right on target, and all hell breaks loose after a skeptical government official, played by William Atherton, pulls the plug on the Ghostbusters containment system. Sigourney Weaver and Rick Moranis co-star as Manhattan apartment dwellers possessed by followers of a long-dead deity, Gozer, with whom Ghostbusters must wage a climactic battle. Aykroyd and Ramos co-wrote the script for the film, which Aykroyd had originally conceived as a vehicle for himself and John Belushi, his co-star on TV's Saturday Night Live and The Blues Brothers in 1980. Belushi died of a drug overdose in 1982, however, and the part was later rewritten extensively to accommodate the unique talents of Bill Murray, another SNL alum known for his works in Meatballs 1979, Caddyshack 1980, and Stripes in 1980. Despite his hefty $30 million project budget and unprecedented amount for a comedy, Ghostbusters was a box office hit by any standards, beating out Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom to become the second highest grossing movie of the year with $229 million behind only Beverly Hills Cop, which made $235 million. It was equally well received by critics. Roger Ebert of the Chicago Sun-Times, for one, called it an exception to the general rule that big special effects can wreck a comedy, one of those rare movies where the original fragile comedy vision has survived a multi-million-dollar production. Ghostbusters spawned a hit 1989 sequel, Ghostbusters 2, also co-written by Aykroyd and Ramos, and the two animated television series. In the fall of 2008, Variety reported that the Columbia Pictures had hired writers to produce a script for the long-awaited third Ghostbusters installment. And that is your entertainment report for Wednesday, June 8th, 2016. I'm your host, Mr. Downtown Ray Melo. I'll be back tomorrow to deliver some major stories and trends going on in the world of entertainment and beyond. You can follow the show on Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram. Facebook.com/The Entertainment Report with Ray Melo. That's RAYMELO. On Twitter at The Enter Report, or on Instagram at The Entertainment Report. You can listen to this episode or any previous episodes of The Entertainment Report anytime you want on iHeartRadio. Just go to iHeart.com or your iHeart phone app, search for The Entertainment Report, and it'll take you to the page. Good night, and God bless you all.